new tonight with this unthinkable tragedy unfolding in Las Vegas. Special support is also on its way to help first responders cope with what they're seeing and experiencing while working these scenes. News 5's Lena Howland tracking the support. She's in studio with more on how they work to get through this. Lena.
Well, Elizabeth, the moment the International Association of Firefighters found out the scope of this tragic incident, they made the call to send in help immediately. They're sending in peer support teams, which we also have locally here in Colorado Springs, to help our first responders deal with PTSD. In the moments after gunfire showered into a crowd watching a concert on the Las Vegas Strip, first responders rushed into the chaos to help.
It's critically important to get the behavioral health support immediately following an incident.
Seeing the worst of it, dozens killed and hundreds injured. That's why the IAFF was quick to send in a dozen of their trained peer supporters coming from both Phoenix and New York City.
The sooner we can get to them and help them process what they've just experienced and understand what the signs and symptoms are of post-traumatic stress or acute anxiety, then we can start the recovery process for them.
Working in teams of two, going to all of the affected stations to talk about some of the things these firefighters might experience after this kind of traumatic exposure.
But as the incident is over and they start to realize what they've just experienced and how fortunate they are in many cases that their own families were not affected, it really starts to take a toll on their emotional and mental well-being.
Many fire departments across the country have their own peer support teams set up, including the Colorado Springs Fire Department.
But immediately I start thinking about the firefighters, the paramedics, the law enforcement individuals that are responding to that scene and what they're going to see and how hard that's going to be on them.
Their trusted team is made up of members of every rank, and they've been working to support their firefighters locally for 11 years now through our own tragedies, including the New Life shooting back in 2007 and the Planned Parenthood shooting nearly 2 years ago.
Many people have some support system outside of our job, and then sometimes that they can't understand what we're going through, so we have to look back towards the people that we work with every day.
They say even just having a small conversation with someone who's experienced something similar can make a big difference. And the IAFF peer support team will be on the ground by tomorrow afternoon in Las Vegas, working with local fire stations to get through this tragedy and help any of their first responders that might be struggling with PTSD. Rob?